What's good, guys? Welcome back to this channel. In this video, I'm not gonna waste any of your time. I'm gonna tell you the exact steps that I've taken that led me to the point where I am right now, where I have a girlfriend, the type of girl that I always wanted when I was younger. In my late teen years, into my early 20s, I really struggled with women. Similar to the position that you're in right now, I knew that I wasn't ugly and I was attracting women, but I just wasn't getting the women that I was wanting. I ended up going from someone who's really insecure in regards to women to someone who now has the partner that I always wanted when I was younger. So if you want to get what you clicked on this video for, which is more attention from women so you can get more opportunities, more dates, so you can choose the partner that you want rather than settling, it starts with knowing that the responsibility is ultimately in your hands. And this is where it begins with me. I'm 19, I have absolutely no direction in my life. I'm in shape, but I'm not looking that special. I spend most of my days consuming content on YouTube. I've recently just quit video games as I'm trying to sort my life out, and I smoke way too much weed. And I do get some attention from girls, but they're just not the ones that I want. When I'm in the gym, I find myself looking at the girls that I find attractive, the ones that they're in really great shape, they're really pretty, and my mind goes, I wonder how I can get them. I always find myself accidentally catching glimpses at them, not in like a creepy way, but just in a way where they're so magnetic and I'm so drawn to them. And I just wonder to myself, how on earth can I get a woman like that? You know, I genuinely wonder to myself, how is it possible for me to be able to upgrade myself so I can get that woman? This is the first thing that you need to understand. If you're not attracting the women that you want, it's because you're not yet at the level that you need to be to attract those women. Basically, it means you're not upgraded enough. You need to think of it kind of like a video game. You know how like in video games, you need to get to a certain level before you have access to this area or this weapon or this kind of feature. Think of women in kind of the same way. If you're not getting the women that you want, it means that your real world character, you, isn't upgraded enough and isn't a high enough level for you to be able to attract the women that you want. That's why you are getting some attention, because you're at a certain level, but you're not quite yet at those upper levels that you need to be to attract the women that you want. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do to be able to get to those higher levels. So as guys, we need to be leveling up certain kinds of things. So obviously we've got our physique, our charisma, our intellect, our ability to be able to make money, our ability to be able to have good status. All of these things are going to be contributing to your character, meaning you can upgrade yourself and level up. So one of the main reasons why most guys really suck at attracting women is because they think that women are going to lower their standards for them. You've probably heard someone say this, or you've said it yourself. Why have I got to change for women? Why won't they just like me for who I am? I'll tell you why a woman won't just like you for who you are. If you're out of shape, if you've got no direction in your life, if you're lazy, if you're unambitious, and you've got nothing going for you, why is she going to like you just because you're funny or because you've got a good personality, when she can get with someone who is in shape, who is confident, who can take care of her, who has direction? You're competing with people who are far more upgraded than you. It's wrong for you to go into this with a mindset that women should like you for who you are, because this is completely fucking wrong. If you keep this mindset, you're gonna stay stuck and you'll never get the women that you want. You need to accept reality, which is you ain't shit. Truthfully, you ain't shit. No woman is gonna love you unconditionally. You need to bring something to the table. So let me explain to you my current situation. I've got a girlfriend at the moment, but I'm not making really that much money. I'm not really super successful. I'm in really good shape and I'm moving towards in a certain direction, right? But if I stay on the same amount of income level as I am now in the future, we won't be able to stay together. She'll leave me, or she'll look to find someone else. She'll try and push me, but ultimately she'll end up leaving me. Why is this? It's because every single woman has a certain criteria or a certain lifestyle that she wants. Not saying that she wants to be going out and flying around, jetting around the world and living in a fucking super mansion. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying most women do want families. They do want to get married and they do want to get a house. If you can't provide even those basic things on a fundamental level and take care of that, then a woman's not going to want you, because they're going to want someone who's capable of doing that. And then pair this with, are you attractive? Are you confident? Do other women want you? Do you dress well? Are you clean? There's so many different aspects to it that women would rather have. If a woman knows her value, she is going to try and find a partner who is of equal value, meaning she is going to want someone to take care of her, meaning that she is going to maybe want someone in shape. You need to look at the type of women that you are interested in and think, what type of guy are they going to want? If you're skinny fat, or if you've got no direction, or if you're lazy, and if you dress like shit, or if you're confused, or if you're still addicted to drugs, why would the type of woman that you are interested in want you? So from what I found, the most notable and the quickest thing that you can do to make a change in your life is to start investing the way you look and starting to invest in your physique. Your body is your vessel. You are with your body and your body is with you for your entire life. When you start treating your body well and you start treating it with respect, not only do you feel better, not only do you feel more confident and more capable and more sure of yourself, but the world is going to start to treat you differently. Other men are going to start to respect you more, and women are naturally going to engage with you a little bit more. And this is what I found with myself. My physique journey has allowed me to be obviously more confident, right? It makes you a more confident person. It makes you more capable of going up and interacting with people, which is a massive bonus. But what it does is it kind of makes you more magnetic to other people. Because you end up looking better, naturally people are going to want to engage with you more. There's been studies done on this that attractive people naturally earn more money, they get better mates. Generally, the world rewards people who look good. And there's nothing we can question about that. You can say, oh, that's shallow, that's fragile, that's vain. That's the way the world is. You have to accept it. If you want these things in life, just play the game of what the world asks, and then you'll get what you want. I noticed the biggest changes when it came to women came from me investing in my physique. Now, obviously, as I get older, is this going to stand the test of time? No, I need to work on other things. But to begin with, working on your physique is a good starting point. So if you're overweight, go into a calorie deficit and get in the gym. If you're too skinny, you need to be eating a little bit more and obviously start lifting weights like I did. You really need to start taking care of the clothing that you wear. There's a difference between the way that us guys dress and the way that women find men attractive. The main thing that you need to understand is obviously, right, this right here, this is not attractive to women. Women find it more attractive when you dress smart. So obviously you've got stuff like smart casual and whatnot. But if you're kind of dressing in your normal way, right, where you've got like a graphic printed t-shirt and you're wearing some like baggy sweatpants and whatnot, or joggers, don't get me wrong, that stuff can look good, but it needs to be crafted appropriately. Smart is the way to go. You need to look put together. And if you're not looking put together, then immediately a woman's going to look at you and like that, she's not even going to be interested. She's not even going to give you the time of day. In that split second glance, she knows whether or not she's interested in you or not. This is how critical this is how critical it gets when it comes to actually being able to stand out. So obviously another thing, you need to take care of your skincare. You can't be having your skin looking like shit. You need to eat real food. When you start eating real food versus eating processed junk all the time, you actually have a better looking complexion. You look healthier, you look more glowy, which is naturally going to feed into the way you look and your appearance. Starting your physique journey, and obviously just like a looks maxing journey, is probably one of the best things you can do as a starting point. You don't have to be jacked. Take it from me, you don't have to be jacked. You just have to have a good amount of muscle and be lean, and then you're sorted. And trust me, it makes you look better in clothing, which then makes you look more attractive. If you want to learn more about the gym, I've got more videos on my channel, make sure you subscribe. If you want to stand out to women, you need to do stuff that other guys aren't doing. You need to set yourself apart. The majority of men are not in shape. Most men work their 9 to 5 and then they go down the pub on the weekend because they want to have a good time, which is fine, but then that lifestyle leads to them to being skinny fat, to having man boobs, to not being very strong. When you go to the gym, you start to stand out. Most men don't take care of themselves because they think it's gay. However, most women do take care of themselves. It's not going to make you less manly because you invest in the way you look. It's more of a self-respect and discipline thing, which women are naturally going to pick up upon. And the next thing that really changed the game with women for me was quitting porn. So I watched porn for nearly every single day for about a decade. And throughout that entire time, I really struggled to attract women. And the reason for this was lust. See, you need to understand, women view reality differently from the way that you and I view reality. For example, us men, we're more stimulated by visuals. That's why there's so much emphasis placed on the way a woman will look. Whereas women can get with guys who are less attractive, but obviously if they've got everything else figured out, right? Women are going to pay more attention to context, things like your behavior, things like your confidence, things like your presence, obviously the presentation that you give off. You don't have to be dashingly handsome, right? Or have loads of money. You just need to put that effort into yourself, right? You don't have to be a supermodel looking guy, you can be a regular looking guy and look really good. When you watch too much porn, you actually shift your brain into a hypersexualized state, which means you're going to come across as a lot more desperate to women, means you're going to be more clingy, more nervous and more anxious in regards to them, and you don't realize it in yourself because you watch porn, but when you stop, you notice it. And without realising it, you're pushing women away and you're making them less attracted to you, but it's something that you're not capable of clocking onto. They notice it though. They notice when you have weird energy, when you're really nervous, when you're kind of that weird avoidantness. This is because porn is based around the male sexual fantasy. And when you focus on trying to attract women using the male sexual fantasy, it's going to add a lot of friction and it's actually going to repel women. When you step away from porn, however, what it does is it removes the barrier between you and women. It makes you realise that women view reality from a different way and it actually makes you capable of engaging with them. As well as this, removing porn also allows you to come closer to the reality that you struggle with women. See, at the moment, you watch porn and then as a result of it, yeah, you kind of have these feelings within you that makes you think, fuck man, I really want a girlfriend. But whenever you're watching porn, you're not thinking that. You're kind of, and then you ejaculate, and then you come, and then you're like, yeah, well, man, I'm chill. I don't care about women. I'm not bothered. When you remove porn, you actually, and masturbation, like what I did, I removed porn and masturbation. When you remove this stuff, you actually come face to face with your own inability to be able to attract women. And this becomes a really crucial thing for you to have to problem solve, because when there's not that thing kind of blocking you, and you have to kind of raw dog life and you realise that, fuck, you're not where you want to be, it sucks and it's really crippling. But that's a great thing because you start to experience pain of being alone and you start to experience pain of not getting the women that you want. And when you do that and when you experience this suffering, you can now change your life. This is why you're watching this fucking video. This is why you've got however many minutes into a video watching some guy in a shed talking about this. It's because it's something that matters to you. So quitting porn is going to force you to adapt. It's going to put you more in reality and it's going to enable you to become better at interacting with women. And from my personal experience, it's one of the strongest things that you can make for yourself. Like going from watching it for a decade to then getting to the point now where it's not a problem for me. It makes it so much easier to talk to women. It makes you less anxious. I think the anxiety is the biggest thing that it clears up because I was so anxious for so long and I'd overthink it because I'm focusing too much on how beautiful she is because obviously porn only focuses on the way women look. But when you remove porn, you realise there's so much more to it. It's about her character, her nature. And then you can actually start to look past beauty. And then because when you look past beauty, you realise there's more to it. But when you're lustful and you're only focusing on beauty, you put her on a pedestal. As soon as you put a woman on a pedestal, you're never going to get her. I've learned that the hard way. As soon as you put her above you, you've lost her. Okay, and the next thing which is really important for you to kind of get locked in is your ability to be able to talk to other people. So as a man, you cannot be going throughout life not knowing how to engage with other people properly. Now, you might say to yourself, oh yeah, well, I chat to some people and, I'm pretty good at it to an extent. You need to become almost like a fucking expert at being able to talk to people. You need to be able to open up anybody, engage with anybody, because if you don't, your ability to be able to attract women is just going to suffer. Don't get this twisted though. You are allowed to be socially anxious and feel anxiety about talking to people, but you need to be able to go and do it anyways. The reason why this fits into attracting women is because you have to fucking talk to them. There's no way you can attract a woman without talking to them. It's completely unacceptable for you to not be able to talk to people. And I'm going to explain to you why. So I just want you to think about one of those days where you're kind of having a chill one, the weather's a bit great, it's a bit shit, and you've got to go out, you've got to go to the shops or something, and you just cannot be fucked to go talk to someone. You just want to go in, get everything done, and you kind of want to spend the entire day alone and just not engage with other people. You're really hoping you don't run into someone that you know, or like one of your mum's friends or something, or someone that you knew from school. You just cannot be fucked. But then, when you go out, you end up seeing that girl you like, or you see a girl that you find attractive. And as a result of that, you start feeling anxious, and then you feel a little bit torn, and you're like, man, maybe I should go talk to her, but you don't feel ready. And then as a result of it, you kick yourself, and you get frustrated because you could have gone and talked to that girl, but it just wasn't the right time. The reason for this is because of a lack of social lubrication. What social lubrication basically is the process of being able to talk to people easier and easier. So I want you to think of it like an engine. If it hasn't got any oil in it, it's not going to be running as effectively as it could be. It's going to be kind of clanky and rusty and grindy, and you're gonna have to force it, and it's not gonna be good. Social lubrication basically plays upon that principle. If we apply oil to the engine and the cogs, it's gonna function smoothly and it's gonna work better. The way that we can improve our social lubrication is simply by talking to people. I want you to think about a scenario where you've gone up to people, you've had a conversation, you come out of it, you feel good, and then now you kind of want to go talk to more people. That's what social lubrication is. And the way for you to be able to implement this is when you go out, genuinely just take a fucking interest in people. Way too many people nowadays, especially because of phones and social media, you're too focused on yourself and you're too focused on what's on your phone. Go out into the real world, whether or not you're at the gym, or if you're out going for a walk, or if you're in a public space, or if you're in a third space. Just go out and take a genuine interest in people. For example, if you see a guy with a really cool outfit, go up to him, compliment the outfit, start a conversation with him, ask people how their days are. Ask the question why. Get people to talk about themselves. If you see someone with a cool pair of shoes, go and compliment them. If you see a girl who you think's pretty, go up and tell her that you think she looks nice. The idea is, by talking to people, it makes it easier to talk to more people. Thus, obviously, conceptualizing social lubrication. Basically, it's just practice. The more you practice doing something, the easier it's going to be. I will still get days where I really cannot be fucked to talk to people, but I just have to force it. There's going to be moments for the first 1 to 5 people that you talk to in a day, it's going to be a bit stiff. But the more and more people that you talk to, eventually, it's not going to be a problem. So let's say you're in a scenario where you've talked to a lot of people throughout the day, and then you come across a girl that you find attractive, or the girl that you like. Now that you're socially lubricated and you feel good, you're kind of warmed up, it's going to be so easy for you to go talk to her. You're going to have so much more confidence. You're going to feel good in yourself because all throughout the day you've been having good interactions with other people. And then as a result of it, you're going to step into that conversation being that best version of you, meaning she's going to find you more attractive. This is one of the biggest hacks that I've found in recent years, and I'm telling you, it works so well. A lot of guys end up doing a fake version of this, however, a distorted version, which is on a night out, they've got drunk confidence, and then they're going to go talk to that girl. So I want you to think, you enter the club, right, or the rave, or you go to a pub, right, and you see a girl. As soon as you've turned up, you haven't got any alcohol in you, or maybe you've got a few, but you're nervous to go talk to her. And then guys do this all the time, where they're like, man, I haven't got the confidence, nah, she's not going to like me. Then what they do is they sink more pints and they get more drunk. Then they have the confidence to go talk to her, because obviously alcohol is going to kind of blur the lines between your social anxiety and your social capabilities, but it's not authentic. And I think it's for pussies. You should be able to go up and talk to a girl with confidence when you're sober. Doesn't mean you're not going to be anxious. No, you're going to be shitting yourself and your heart's going to be racing, but confidence is doing something in the face of anxiety or fear. Guys who drink alcohol to go and talk to women that they want are just afraid because they're not confident enough in who they are. Are you not confident enough in who you are? Maybe you shouldn't be. I don't know, but if you're not confident in who you are, that's a sign that you should improve yourself to the point where you are, and then it will allow you to go and interact with the women that you want. So, I hope you found this video helpful. Obviously, if you've got any comments, leave it in the description below. I hope you found it. Obviously, there's so much more. There's so much more when it comes to attracting women. There's so many different facets of it, and I'm going to keep covering it. But these are really good basics that for you to kind of get locked down. Physique, stop watching porn, get used to talking to people. I'm telling you, when you get into a good deep level of your physique journey, when you're starting to build muscle, when you look good, and you stop watching porn for a few years, so you're not going to be weird around women, and you get used to talking to people, I'm telling you, it's going to make it so much easier to go and interact with women. You will be surprised. It's a night and day difference. Right, take it easy, boys, and I'll catch you in the next one.